Hello, welcome to another tutorial for Texas A&M students who are performing chemistry experiments in Second Life. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you some of the steps involved in titrating silver nitrate and sodium chloride solutions. Your solutions are all here in the carboys located on the platform. We have a graduated cylinder here. When I click on it, a menu appears asking if I want to add different solutions. If I want to add the 0.04 molar sodium chloride solution, I select option 1. The graduated cylinder moves over to the carboy, and we can see that a small amount of solution is added to the graduated cylinder. Every time I click the button to add solution, approximately 1 more milliliter is added to the graduated cylinder. Now if I click on the pipette, I get many options, one of which, the first one, is to draw a large volume of the solution into the pipette. If I click that, the pipette now appears in the graduated cylinder, and I can continue to click button 1 to add more solution. And as you can see, the volume of solution inside that pipette is slowly increasing. We need 1 milliliter, and we have to be very precise. In order to see exactly how much solution is in that pipette, we use our camera controls. Down at the bottom of the screen, I click on camera controls, and there they are. We used these in the previous experiment also. I can zoom in and also move up and also rotate my view. So now I can see all the markings on the pipette. I can then go back to the menu and continue to add solution. Every time I try and add a large amount of volume to the pipette, it goes up by not quite 1/10 of a milliliter, but pretty close. Now this is fairly realistic. If you're adding solution to a pipette using a bulb, you have to be very careful with how much you add. Now if I were to accidentally add too much, for instance I'm past the 1 milliliter mark there, I would have to expel some of that liquid. I don't want to expel it all, I just want to release a small volume of solution. So now I click on option 4. And if I do that, it'll go down a little bit, and then I can keep pressing that button until I get just the right amount in. Another step in the procedure is to pour the silver nitrate into the burette and start the titration. Notice that in the burette, the valve is in the open position. That is, the blue knob is vertical. If we click the valve, we get a menu that allows us to change its position. We can close the valve, or we can open it slightly to add solution drop by drop. To perform a titration, I'm going to need to do two things. Monitor the volume of silver nitrate that's in the burette as it's dripping into the beaker, but I also need to open and close the valve quickly so that I don't add too much solution. Here's a tip. Use the camera controls to first position yourself at a good location to view the water line. If I rotate my view downward, I can now see the valve, which means I can click on it, and I can open it. If I click option 3, it's going to drip in slowly, and it'll continue to drip in until I close the valve. If I'm trying to add 2 milliliters, I just need to watch the water line. I press Escape on my keyboard and return to my regular view. That's it for this tutorial. I showed you some of the tips for adding solution to graduated cylinders, using the pipette, measuring solution volumes in the burette, and performing the titration. Good luck with your experiments.